coming back with another video. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Why? Because you don't want to miss any of my videos, okay? And it's free to subscribe. It costs you nothing, so support your girl, okay? If you are a subscriber or you have been here before, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Let's get into this video. This is Marriage Bootcamp HipHop Edition. Alright, so when we started this episode, Jocelyn and Ballistic are still arguing about getting married. And Dr. Ish walks in and asks them how do they like their room. And Ballistic was like, you know, I ain't no snitch, but I'm for the snitch right now. Like, she's still trying to pressure me to get married or whatever. And he's like, what is the rush in getting married? And Jocelyn basically it's just the first day and she done broke down saying that it's because no one has ever committed to her. So she feels like him marrying her will show that he's committed to her. And I'm like, Jocelyn, so Stevie wasn't committed to you? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what their relationship outside of Love and Hip Hop, but she said no one was ever committed to her, so I guess that includes Stevie too. She said not her father, not her mother, no one was committed to her. So that's why she's trying to force Ballistic into committing to her, but it's not going to work if it's not something that he truly wants to do. So she needs to back up off of that. She said that she's been through a lot of abuse, and Dr. Ish was telling her that you can't make your current person pay for the mistakes of your past people, and I totally agree with that. Like, you can't hold it against somebody else. You can't hold it against your new partner what your ex-partner did to you. That's not fair to them, and that's not fair for you to try to make them try to force them, or like, not force them, but kind of like, oh, how I want to say this, you can't make them pay for what other people did, kind of, and you can't expect them to make up for what other people did, because it doesn't work that way. Life don't work that way, and it's not fair to him. So they start discussing this issue with the group, and Ballistic says that she will not pressure him. He will not be pressured. When he's ready to propose to her, he will propose to her. And I think Jocelyn's expectations is to have a proposal by the end of the boot camp, which is in 8 days. And I don't think that is going to happen, because Ballistic is not with it at this point. He's not. So they all get called into the boot camp room, and they have picked 5 blame issues, basically what they blame the other person for with the issues in their relationship. Bianca and Chose's issues are basically social media. They're young. They put a lot of stuff on social media. Like, excuse me. So that is why, like, they're gonna have issues, because they're gonna have, because they put everything on social media, and there's just some things you just should not put on social media, especially when it comes to your relationship. Like, let people think you single. Like, who cares? Like, as long as you and your partner are happy, why does your business have to be on social media? Why? It doesn't need to. She says at one point he says at one point she called him over 600 times. Who has time for that? Who finna sit on the phone and call somebody 600 times back to back to back to back to back? Nah, and that's another way you can tell that they're young. And she got some issues that she need to work out. She probably don't need to be with nobody. She probably need to be by herself right now and figure out what's going on with her. So she revealed that she was pregnant. She had 2 abortions and 1 miscarriage, and these were all by Chose's. And he feels like she was lying about some of it, that she wasn't pregnant, that she just basically wanted to keep him around. But Bianca says that's not true, and they just keep arguing and they're going nowhere. And I'm like, bro, this is not, if y'all are really here to work out your relationship, this is not the way to do it. Jocelyn and Ballistic issues are communication. Jocelyn feels like Ballistic is holding on to the past. So Ballistic feels like Jocelyn doesn't communicate, and Jocelyn feels like he's still holding on to his past. Styles P and Aja, he says that she is crazy, and she says that he has trust issues, that she doesn't trust him because he cheated in the past. Michelet says Stu isn't attracted to her, and Stu says that she tries to pawn him off on other women. I'm gonna need Michelet to get it together because I can't with her at this point. She is so freaking insecure, and I'm trying to understand why she's so insecure. Like, if you don't think this man wants you, why are you with him? Like, it's only the second episode and I'm already tired of it. She need to get it together. She's too old to be this freaking insecure. She really is. So I'm gonna need her to get it together. Shani blames her lack of communication, her issues with communication on CeeLo. She says he only communicates through music, and sometimes she just wants him to talk to her. And his issue with her, he feels like she disrespects him, and then that in turn makes him disrespect her. So I don't know. So they all break apart, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna give a disclaimer. I was watching it, but I wasn't really watching it. I was trying to do a lot of other stuff. I was trying to work out, I was trying to talk to Bae. Like, I was doing a lot of stuff that I was watching it, but I wasn't really watching it. So I'm gonna give you the most thorough review as I can, and I apologize for that. Anywho, they moved to different areas and they discussed their issues. Like, Michelet was talking about her issue with Stu no. Stu was talking to somebody else about their issues, and Michelet was like, she walked in on it, and she was like, she was glad that he was able to discuss the issues with someone because he was not discussing the issues with her. And then she walked away. Chose was discussing his issues with the guys. He basically feel like he wasted his time with Bianca because she's not giving him what he needs and she's doing too much. And Bianca is discussing her relationship with the women about Chose, and they told her that she needs to focus more on her and stop putting all of her focus on Chose. Like, she needs to focus on her and get her together first before she tries to focus on Chose. And and I agree. She need to get it together. Like, she need to worry about her and her issues before trying to be married. I mean, not married. Be in a relationship with Chose. And they're both young, and they have a lot of stuff that they need to figure out. So, just like last season, they're going to have a drop the mic rap battle. They have to come up with a rap based on the blame issues that they talked about. Based on the blame issues that they talked about in the boot camp room. So, Bianca said that her love and Chose made her lose her. This is basically I'm going to tell you what they basically said in their raps. I ain't finna rap it, okay? I should attempt it, but I'm not because I really wasn't paying attention. The only one that really caught my attention, like, I listened to all of them, but the one that really caught my attention was Jocelyn. Jocelyn had a whole hook, okay? Anyways, so Bianca said that her loving Chose made her lose herself, and he said that she caused him anxiety. Aja is not happy that she has to do this rap, but she did it anyway, and she basically said they argued too much, and Style P agreed that said that they argued too much, and a lot of it is his fault. Michelet and Stu, he says that he would have done anything to get her, and that he wants her, and she didn't mean to make him. She said she didn't mean to feel like she's pawning him off on other people, but then later in the episode she still does it. So it's like her rap was pointless. Jocelyn the Ballistic, Jocelyn says that his past won't allow him to give her his heart, and and he says that he doesn't want to fight and they need to communicate. And like I said, Jocelyn had a bop. Like, I can't remember the hook right now, but it was like basically like, your past won't allow you to love me or something like that. And it was like, it was catchy. And of course, Jocelyn is a rapper anyway, so you know, all these rappers had an advantage, but Jocelyn is like the only one who had a whole bop. Okay, like her shit was a whole, she had a whole hook in everything. CeeLo and Shani, she says that they don't communicate, and he says that he misdirects his disrespect to her when it shouldn't be on her. After the rap battle, Ballistic and Jocelyn start arguing again, but it was like kind of like a little petty argument, and then they make up. And then Bianca and Chosen are all hooked up, but Choses, I don't know why I keep calling him Chosen, it's Choses. You know, they booed up or whatever, but she still complains, saying that he wants affection on his time. And I just feel like she's always finding something wrong with their relationship. She's not trying to make it work. Like, she's always complaining about something. She always finds something to complain about. Styles P tells her that she's lucky that Choses even came to boot camp, because if he was Choses' age and she had asked him to come to boot camp, the answer would have been the hell no. I ain't doing it, okay? And I'm sorry. And she just was like, and he was like, you lucky, like that man really love you. You need to chill out and try to make it work. But you know, Bianca, you know, is doing her own thing. All right, so this is the first jury of your peers, where the judge basically goes around and asks their peers what they think about each couple. So with Joseph's Bianca, Styles P tells him that they have to find a balance with each other, and the judge says that Joseph can take some of the blame. It's not all on Bianca. And she says that she cannot see the issues with Styles and Aja, and they need to open up. Chosen says that Michelle should accept Stu's love. And then while they're talking, and after the judge talks to her, before the judge talks to her, she accuses Stu of wanting Jocelyn. And nobody in that room thinks that Stu wants Jocelyn except Michelle. And I can't believe that she is that freaking insecure, okay? Everybody in that room is like, he don't want Jocelyn, and now you about to cause some problems between Stu and Ballistic, because now Ballistic probably gonna be looking at Stu sideways like, do you really want my girl? Like, it's like Michelle need to get it together. Like, her insecurities is really gonna cause some problems. He doesn't understand why she feels like Jocelyn is his type. Jocelyn and Ballistic wants the same thing. The judge tells them that Jocelyn and Ballistic wants the same thing, but they're not on the same page. They need to agree on how they're going to get there, because they're not agreeing on how they're going to get there. They have the same goal of marriage, but they're going about it two separate ways. And she says she cannot see the issue with CeeLo and Shani, and they need to open up. And CeeLo admits that he's kind of hiding what their issues are, but eventually they're gonna have to open up about those issues, because that's what they're there to fix. So either way, they're gonna have to open up about it. Basically, this whole day was about blame, and they're basically saying if one person has issue, it's not, if you're in a relationship and one person has an issue, and it's not just that person's issue, it's both people's issue, and you have to work it out together. So after the jury of your peers or whatever, Stu says that Michelle embarrassed him, and I can understand why, because that would be pretty embarrassing that you done said that this man wants Jocelyn. Like, not that Jocelyn is, because Jocelyn's a pretty girl. It's just the fact that you said this in front of everybody, even in front of her boyfriend. Like, why would you do that? Style Piece tells him that however he feels, he needs to communicate it to Michelle. He goes and tries to communicate it with Michelle, but she still doesn't get it, and she still thinks she's right. And he told her this is getting old, and you can tell that he's getting fed up with her. and she better get it together quick before he actually does leave her, and she don't have to worry about him punting her off to nobody, because he gonna be done with her ass. Okay? Chosen and Bianca, you know, again with this affection thing, he says that she is testing him because she's trying to be affectionate, but he really doesn't want it, and she says that he wants the affection when he wants it, and that's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, that basically was the end of this episode, and that's basically like all I have to say about it. It was an okay episode, but I think everybody has some things that they need to work out, and I need Shawnee and CeeLo to open up a little bit more, and Styles P and Audra to open up a little bit more, so we can really get to the root of their issues, because we know what everyone else's issues is, but we don't really know what their issues are. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. And if no one else tells you that they love you, Arsharae loves you. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.